Join me as I discover an international dancer, multiple singers, a bartender, and a hip hop violinist here on Spotlight with SirLanceJay. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm SirLanceJay and you're watching Spotlight. Right now I am sitting down with Big Lux, who is a Miami violinist. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
No
It's good to
problem.
be here.
Thank you for being here. All right, so before we get into this interview, I definitely want to get to know you more. So we're going to play two truths and a lie. Now, Big Lux has come up with two truths and one lie that I have no clue what the answers are. So let's start.
All right. Okay. So
I'm ready.
I think I got you. I guess I got you on this
Okay.
one. So, all right. First one is I was looking for bombs in Baghdad.
Okay, so you're in the army or something? Is that what that means?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I gotta guess something. And I have to say if it's a lie or a truth. Okay, you want to go one by one?
Do you go by one or we go all three?
All
all
three. All three. Yeah,
Okay,
I'll give you all three.
All right. So we got that. Okay. So
That was scary.
so I was looking for bombs in Baghdad as a member of the army. Okay. What's the other one? I was running with the Bulls in Spain.
Okay.
And I was a walk-on at UM in the football squad.
Okay. Let's see. All right, so you were either in the army, you were either a walk-on at FAM. That's what you said, FAM?
UM,
sorry. UM.
Mm-hmm.
Or you ran with the Bulls. You didn't run with the Bulls. Like Bulls as in like with the red and they even got horns?
6 times.
Okay, so that's the truth. Okay, I got one more try. Oof. He was a walk-on.
Nah, man.
Wow.
Got you.
That's the first time I ever got it wrong.
Yeah, got it with 2.
Wow. Okay, so the truth is, the lie is.
The lie was I was a walk-on.
I was just a walk-on.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I went to UM.
Right.
I went to UM.
You went to UM, but you wasn't a walk-on.
Nah.
All right. Did you play for the team?
No.
Okay.
Didn't.
So now the only thing that's true is the UM part.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good to know. So with that being said, let's go right into these questions.
All right.
Why choose a violin as your craft?
I mean, it's one of those things that like I don't know the answer to because I was so young when I started. And honestly,
well, what age did you start?
At 7. And honestly, I think that's like the least interesting part of the story because nobody wants to hear about like a kid like learning how to play the violin. You do scales, you do everything. Mm-hmm. But I do have like there's one story behind it. And so like one of the things about my craft is that I like to connect to the past and connect to things that happened before me because a lot of times I think when we're going wrong is when we have taken something out of context and we don't understand what it is we're doing. So when I was a kid, I was playing this method called the Suzuki method. And obviously it's a Japanese name. Right. It's named after this dude named Shinichi Suzuki, who was born in like 1898 in Japan.
The same guy with the motorcycles?
Not the same dude.
Okay.
Not the same guy.
Question, I was just asking.
Not the same guy. But this dude, so he grew up basically just building violins. Mm-hmm. His dad had a factory, and then he had no desire to play, but then one day he was like 18 or 19 years old. He heard it for the first time, played in a way that he had never heard before, and he was just like, "Yo, I gotta make this my life." And so, in the 1920s, as a Japanese person, he decided to go to Germany to study because all of the masters were playing in Europe at the time. And he didn't speak the language, anything like that, but he figured out a way to go and work with one of the best German masters. He learned his craft, and through that experience of having to learn violin in a second language, he kind of figured out that music is a language and we can teach all children how to do it, and so not only that we can teach all children how to do it, at the time it was like you had to be like this gifted child before they would even put it in your hands. You have to audition and before you could get a teacher to even teach you. And he was like, forget that. All children have the ability to learn languages, which is one of the most complicated things that we have, honestly. So if you can learn how to teach music like a language, then we got something. And that's what he did. He through memorization and through ear training, he would teach his students how to play. And so that was basically my whole youth, was learning the Suzuki method, how to play by ear, and how to memorize classical pieces. And it was this philosophy that I didn't even know that was being kind of ingrained in me.
Right.
But now it's something I'm trying to give back and say, hey, look, no matter how talented you are, you are born with innate abilities to do these things.
You have the talent.
Exactly.
You have the gift. You just have to find it, pretty much.
And that's where I found it in violin.
What makes you different from the violinists around the world, or let's just say in Miami?
In Miami,
yeah.
There's a few things that I do to make me different. So, first of all, I'm a hip hop violinist.
Okay.
So I play over hip hop beats is my primary thing, and the thing about it is, it's like there's no primary style of music within hip hop. Hip hop is just it's an amalgamation of jazz, R&B, all kinds of African rhythms, all kinds of country rhythms, all kinds of rock, everything you put together. So I grew up in Rhode Island, and so there was a big blues scene where I grew up, and of course people listen to a lot of rock music, and so I had those two influences. I learned jazz when I played saxophone in high school, and so I learned how to improvise and stuff. So I take all of these different kinds of influences, I put it together over hip hop and pop and R&B and things that are popping right now, and so I bring the violin into the 21st century, and so that's what I do musically.
Right.
Then the thing I do on the performance side is that you have a great music product, but a lot of musicians right now, they don't put everything into what they do. You want to get up there, you want to be cool, you want to kind of show it off a little bit, but you're not giving too much. But I don't believe in that, because if somebody comes out to come see me at a show, they're going to get the show.
Exactly.
They're going to get the show. Right. So I'm going to be up on top of the bar. I'm going to be running around the venue. I'm going to be on the floor.
Give it a full experience.
Yeah,
it's an experience coming to see you.
It is an experience, man. It's it's performance, art. It's experience. You get to see the passion, the blood, sweat, and tears, everything that I think music should be.
Good to know.
Yeah.
All right, guys, but don't go anywhere just yet, because Big Lux is going to give us a performance that's unforgettable. Big Lux just gave us a killer performance playing his violin. Thank you so much for coming on to Spotlight. Big Lux, where can they find your work at? Let them know.
Yo, so again, Big Lux Violin, at Big Lux, Lux Violin, Instagram, Facebook, and then www.bigluxviolin.com. I'll see you out there.
All right, well, I'm SirLanceJay, and this is Big Lux. Catch me next episode.